that
Should we
because
just start over?
so because you didn't hear what I heard because I didn't realize I have because I just have Discord on the second monitor right now. All right, let's open the game back up. I have Discord on the right monitor, and I was like, oh, you know what? I should. And I was like, oh, I should open up. Oh god, it almost happened again.
I know, I heard it. I heard it both times. I heard it the first time too. I was like,
yeah, but did you hear the first time? Did you hear it repeating again and again?
Yeah, it's just immortal and Warlaran. Immortal and Warlaran.
I was like, how do I make it stop? Where is it coming from? Please, somebody help me. So, it was just like...
starting from the top.
Okay, so Ad Astra's on the top. I'm at the bottom. I took Stranger, Lockshift, and Exile. Ad Astra took Stranger, Aegis, and Conspiracist. I had plans for Exile this game. I really did.
I get the feeling that means that
we'll see how that went, but I had plans for Exile this game.
Okay. We'll see that when that comes. Okay, so what we were talking about this hand before, right? Obviously, double 8s are out. From the perspective of Ad Astra, the assumption is that you might have a assassin play kind of brewing, right? You probably have King's Hand, which obviously don't, but he thinks that. Which means that his only two methods of getting rid of the Inquisitor either can be hidden from it, right, with the Inquisitor, like you can just stow it or whatever. You have Lock Shift, so if you pull Lock Shift, you can hide it really far away, and you can King's Hand Mystic. So, given those reasons, I could see a safe play of I'm deciding to go second. He also doesn't necessarily have a hand, to me, that puts on a ton of pressure. Right? He has a bunch of 7s and stuff like that, for sure, but it's not like he's just like 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, he has a 7 that can turn one of his cards into an 8, right?
Yeah, yeah, but that also has to be played later, right?
Not that much later. You know, you judge if you manage to like judge Inquisitor, and then you Inquisit something out that you can play the Warden on. Like,
that's
I don't know. It can happen. It can go really fast.
And then also, and this is something that I think we had all kind of learned when we were playing like the base game. That's like really important to remember when you're the judge player here, right? And you have a fool. You can go wrong in terms of like, okay, I don't have an Oathbound. If I play judge and I'm successful, they can just flip on my judge, and I have something that I have to play after. I can't play fool after.
Well, then he can just use the Warden to get rid of it.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Let's see what we did. So he went first. We both went charismatic king. Or charismatic leader, yeah.
Where's the master tack? Come on.
We'll get to that. Of course, I got rid of both elders. The classic. What did I have? Because I think it was like
yeah.
Oh, I wanted to threaten Stranger. So I was like, yeah, I'll put
and this is a hand I think that's actually very powerful to threaten Stranger on, right?
So what you're saying is I'm right?
Kinda, yeah. Like what we were talking about with the whole situation with Assassin, right? Like, adding the Stranger as another layer on top of that can be really spooky.
Yeah.
And he's never going to be asking, do you have King's Hand here? He will always be asking, do you have Assassin? Like, if he decides to judge, right? Maybe not always. He might also be like, oh, do you have an Oathbound or whatever, right? But
yeah,
I don't really see a world where he's probing for King's Hand.
He hides a Zealot. Which... Okay, so I think this king, the charismatic leader, is really good when you have, like, really low...
Oh yeah, especially with the Aegis. The Aegis is just such a powerful card and so easy to pull with charismatic.
He hits my princess with the judge.
Okay.
What does he put out?
Which is like, what would I put out, or what does he put out?
What would you put out?
I feel like the standard play here, and like given the hand, I kind of agree with it. Is just kind of throwing out an Inquisitor and be like, I'm just gonna get rid of your queen. Or make you play
princess?
your queen on a 4. Or sorry, yeah, princess. Yeah, sorry. Like getting you to play your princess on a 4 here is very strong. Now, this is also, I don't think this is something that you necessarily make the connection on in the game. Maybe if you're like really on top of things, you kind of make note of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like the fact that you're not gonna King's Hand this, I think is also probably a pretty good sign that you don't have it.
What do you mean? That I don't King's Hand the judge?
No, that you don't King's Hand this incoming Inquisitor on presumably the princess.
Hmm. Well, I flipped on the judge.
Okay, so you flip on judge, and you pull. Okay. Okay.
Because I'm like.
So like, if now what he doesn't want to do here, right? He does not want to pull assassin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because like you pull assassin, and suddenly like unless you plan on flipping on that too, that's spooky. I think it's much stronger here from his perspective to pull the princess.
Hmm. He missed on the King's Hand. Poor guy.
Interesting. So he went for the. Okay, well he knows now, right? He has now. This is the very interesting thing. He has nearly perfect information.
I'm gonna be honest. He's lucky I didn't have King's Hand because he kind of just loses.
Well, I mean, so if you Inquisit King's Hand.
Alright, let's say I have an 8 in my hand instead of this soldier. Alright, cool.
Yeah, so...
Here's the King's Hand. And then what does he play?
Yeah, that's not wrong.
He has to play Queen, and then I play Princess, and then he has nothing.
Which is... and then he has to flip and this is also kind of... again, like, it's very interesting to me that he actually called for King's Hand here. Obviously, like you were saying, it's like not good in the first place. Because like you kind of just run yourself into a rut super fast. But I am kind of very surprised that he didn't just go for the princess. He might have gone for King's Hand thinking, okay, I don't want to go for princess and get a King's Hand. I'll just go for the hand itself. Now that's a little weird to me because then if you King's Hand the Inquisit, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
To me, that's what he was thinking, because clearly he was not thinking about having to play on the 8.
Sometimes I do this, where I think of my Immortal and Warlord as like, oh, this is my answer to the royalty. Sometimes without thinking the fact that I still have to play the Immortal first before it's an answer.
That you still kind of have to get it all down.
I'm like, wait a minute. It's kind of like when you have a stranger in hand, and you're like, oh, but there's like an Oathbound on the field, so I basically have an Oathbound in my hand, and then they play Queen, and then you lose because the Oathbound.
And you're like, wait, I can't stranger the Oathbound on the Queen. Wait, that never works.
So then I hit his Queen. I just play Princess on it.
And this is just a spot where you just win.
Yeah. And then, I traded. I forget why I traded. Oh, I traded, trying to see if he would, because when he missed it, I was like, is he bluffing? Like, what's going on here? Like, what are you getting at? So I tried to give him an opportunity to
use the King's Hand.
To use King's Hand. And if he didn't, then I was going to get, like, a good card, right?
Which is interesting to me, because maybe it's just... Well, no, given... Okay, let's say that he has the King's Hand here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, you're right. Because then what he can do is he can flip. He can King's Hand your assassin, and since it's King's Handed, you can't. Okay, that makes sense. I think that's a pretty good play. Because otherwise your stranger really just kind of gets stranded, right?
Mm. So, I don't know. That was my thought. Which might also have caused me to lose. Because if he king stands that, I don't know. I'm so up on.
Oh yeah,
cards.
you have no more firepower. Your firepower now is the indirect win of assassin. Right. Like if he makes it past this choke point, um,
yeah,
your only firepower is the assassin and the stranger. And he has a mystic, and you don't have the king's hand.
yeah.
However,
Game's hard.
it's a 3-point hand.
It's a 2-point hand.
Oh no, it's a 2-point hand. Yeah, you flipped my bad. Counting is difficult.
All right.
Holy flippity floppity. Okay.
I'm gonna spoil this hand.
Aw.
I lose.
I love.
I'm
trying to think back.
me.
What did he have? He had Aegis, Stranger, and what's the 6 called again?
Conspiracist.
Yes, Conspiracist. So my guess is you go to Mystic something, he gets Conspiracist off from it, and just like destroys you.
I'll give you a hint. I play very greedy.
You play greedy.
Greedy.
I hate
I'm looking at
that
this
is
time.
what I see immediately, but I see you playing the Warden to pick up an Elder to hand to him.
Not memes. Greedy.
Okay, well, that's the same thing.
I look at my hand. I'm like, wow, this is really strong. Might as well use this hand to do something other than win with
it. And then you didn't even do that. Well, don't spoil the whole hand. Let's look at it. Let's look at it.
All right. So let's see. So he's going first. I recommissioned Stranger. I recommissioned a lot this game, and then I went Master Tactician. Okay. And I pulled Exile.
Why did you pull Exile?
You
have one of the 2 8s and 3 7s.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. See, okay. I think there is some merit to this, actually, right? Because Exile's card, obviously, in case there's somebody watching this later on doesn't know what the Exile does. Basically, it's an 8 that goes down in value for every card with a value of 7 or more in the court, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in theory, this kind of actually is a decent hand for it. Not because you need an 8, but because you have more power over its value in this kind of hand. Because you have so many... He only has one card that can impact the value of the Exile.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is effectively actually another 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in theory,
well, a 7
if you...
because it makes itself a 7.
Okay, fair. And I think also like a lot of times this happens to me a lot with Imposter Kings in general. Like these 2-part effect cards. I remember the first one beautifully, and then the second sentence just doesn't exist in my life. Right? So like, when played, all cards are muted until the start of your next turn. Okay. That means like they can't Zealot on this. They can't use Oathbound on this. They can't like all kinds of stuff, right? You can even play this in between like a Judge Inquisitor combo. Right? So like while it is an 8, it's an 8 that has like a ton of utility, which I guess is kind of like the theme for the 8s as well, right?
Yeah.
Like King's Hand is just pure utility on a big card, and Sentry is mostly the value of the number, but has an effect that can really kind of make hands like super interesting and stuff. So, yeah.
So then I Endbuster. and Ad Astra picks up his Aegis. Oh, I remember. The reason I picked up Exile was because I already burned these 2 cards in order to recommission this. So I could just pick a card and it wouldn't cost me anything extra. Does that make sense? Because I don't have to burn a third card to draw something. So I was like, might as well just make a fat hand.
I'm surprised though that you didn't take like Soldier, for example. Because honestly, this is a hand where I think Soldier can be really powerful, right? It's a 5 that's not a 5. So like you can force them to play all of their biggest cards on your 5 here. Oh. So you greedy person.
So here's my thought.
Uh-huh.
All right. He's going to go first, and he's going to Inquisit the King's Hand, and then he's going to use Sentry to pick it up. So the reason this game is greedy is because I want to hit my Master Tactician. Like, I want to hit Mass Tech.
Okay.
So that way I can get a card back.
Okay.
That's the thing that makes this greedy.
So you're not
the only thing I can hit.
You're playing the metagame greedily, right?
Yeah. So the only thing I can hit is his 8. Well, and
that Oathbound, he can also flip on his own.
That he can also flip on his own, and the other one's Oathbound, but he's never using this Oathbound like just as an Oathbound, and he's not going to be playing Immortal. Like, he's not going to play his 6, and so I have to get him to pull his I need to get him to play his 8. Which, if I can play my 8, he has to play his 8 on top of that.
Why did you put down the Warden instead of the Oathbound?
I think that was so I had 2 cards that couldn't be Oathbounded on.
Okay. What's the second card?
Huh? Oathbound and Exile?
Okay, so you're just planning on like running your Exile down to a 6?
It's an Exile. You can't Oathbound on it.
I get what you're saying.
Because that's what the card does.
Yeah, because that's remember that second sentence thing I told you about?
You remember that callback to like a minute ago when you said that you can't Zealot on it or Oathbound on it? That's a callback.
Yeah. That's a callback indeed. I think that's very interesting. Simply, well, he actually gets rid of it here, but he also has the Immortal, so like he does have a 6 to land on the Oathbound at the very least, right? And he can flip pretty liberally.
But that makes his Elder worse.
Fool and Assassin. How?
It mutes it. And he can't play it on my 9s.
Oh, you're saying... Okay, well, sorry. You said that after I said he could flip liberally, so I thought you were talking about the flip.
No. I meant...
yeah, you're talking about the Immortal. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, no, I knew he didn't have this.
Yeah, I mean, and you have the Warlord, like, playing Immortal when your opponent has the Warlord kind of feels like you're, like, tying your hand behind your back a little bit, right?
But he goes for Mystic here. And I'm like, what? But he went for Mystic to save himself. Not because he was going to pull a King's Hand. He just did it to make his hand safer.
I mean, yeah, you... Okay, I could see where you were going with it, right? But, like...
But why?
You played around him making an aggressive play.
And then I got to hear...
He has a very passive hand.
Yeah, and then I got to hear and I was like, wait, I'm not ready for this. I'm not...
Why didn't you just flip?
No, I can't. He has the Assassin.
So wait, I'm so confused. What was your plan originally?
So, my plan originally... So the whole reason I picked Master Tactician is I was going to get him... I was going to push him to play Sentry so I could flip on it, but I was going to like take care of his Assassin first with Mystic. Right?
Okay.
But then he...
How are you going to flip a card? How are you going to flip a card? Okay.
Or he flips. I don't know. One of the two. Like, I have queen, and he's probably gonna flip at some point. So like that was my thought.
Yeah, that's fair. And he's just sitting there like, well, he knows where one elder is. I have the other. He
And the
missed
3.
6 threes. And you tossed the zealot, right? So you knew he didn't have zealot.
Yeah.
Like, so he recruits something from his army. I think it's very reasonable to deduce that it's one of the 3s. It's either another elder, which I think is kind of a suicide pact. Just because, like, if they somehow don't both land on royalty, like, you're kind of up a creek without a paddle.
If I happen to not have 2 royalty.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, like, I think pulling the Aegis here is pretty
Standard.
I don't want to say just pretty reasonable, but like the very readable play.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes sense, even from your perspective. Once like things kind of happen, you're like, "Oh yeah, if I did Mystic 3, he could just lose."
So here's what I do. I'm like, fuck. Well, I need to flip on an 8. So I gave him an 8.
You maniac! What is wrong with you?
So I'm like, all right, I got him.
And then he handed you the elder that you now can't do anything with.
So now...
Because you put your warden down. And even if you didn't, the other face of cards an elder. Wait.
So now I'm like, oh, well, I don't know what I'm going to do with this elder. So he Oathbound fools the sentry back. I'm like, all right. I'll get rid of the elder.
This is where you play the elder.
Yeah, easy peasy, right? Bam!
Yeah, and
mistake.
You still yeah, because the mistake was all the way up here on this first 7. Once this happened, interesting. Like, this is the thing that's really wild about Imposter Kings, right? Like, you can lose the hand before playing the hand.
But I lost the hand like, while playing the hand.
Frequently it happens.
But so okay.
No. But like once this Inquisitor got played and the Mystic got pulled, you were done. I
wouldn't say that. I actually, as much as I like messed up this hand, Ad Astra definitely earned the hand. Because in my mind, I was like, all right, I'm gonna play Princess, give him Exile. It's gonna give me. He's gonna have to play this card at some point. He's gotta. So, and then I'm gonna flip on it. It's an 8, so it's gonna match my 8, and I'm gonna get my play off. I'm gonna get both my cards back, and I'm gonna win this hand. Right.
So how, in your mind here? Wait, go back. I'm confused. In this moment, right here.
Yes.
Where is Assassin in your head?
Oh, I think it's in his hand. I just assume it's in his hand.
So, what is your plan to get past that?
If I trade him
like
Exile,
hope that he hands it to you?
No. If I give him Exile, and he plays Exile, I can flip.
See, you're banking on him also being unable to read. I can appreciate that. But, unfortunately, this man can read, unlike me.
What do you mean?
Well, because I just keep forgetting about the second sentence.
But the second sentence is like the main part of the card. What do you mean?
I know. I always remember the first part. Noah, this is the 3rd time in this recording that we've referenced this, and I've said the same thing every time.
That's a callback. Okay. But so, like, my idea is like, all right, my hand's like beefy. And so he's going to have to play this 8 at some point. Right? At some point, he's going to have to play this 8. And that's the time that I'm going to play my king. I'm going to flip. I'm going to have my King's Hand. I'm going to have my Warden. I'm going to recall a card for free. Not really for free, but for free. So then he
hands you an elder, you go, oh. And then he does that, and you go, oh. And then you play an elder, and then he plays the sentry, and you go, oh.
So not only... So I play elder. Not only does he play sentry, he uses the ability to get rid of the exile. And that's when I'm like... That's when I'm like, oh.
Oh. So, okay, but if he just played it, No, I guess you could have. No, you still would have been able to.
No,
Like,
because if he
you
just
flip, right?
if he just plays it,
Eventually, you would have been able to outlast him. Yeah.
yeah, because if he just plays it, so if he doesn't pick up Mystic here, so let's say this is an 8, right, and this is in his hand.
Yes.
And I just play Queen next. He can either Aegis or flip. Right?
Yeah.
And then the next turn, I play Oathbound. And if he just does and then he just does the other thing, right? So that's 1, 2, and then 3 would be the exile, which I could then flip on, which I would then get these 2 cards, which I would then be able to recall, and all that jazz. But I didn't expect him.
Well, no, but he still would have Assassin in his hand at that point, no?
But it doesn't matter because he plays exile.
Oh, I keep forgetting that. See, it's the second sentence. I'm telling you, dude. It's a brain block. I don't know why.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Why?
I don't want to do this anymore.
Okay. Anyways, continue. No, it makes sense.
With Assassin in the second part, it says causes them to lose the round. Are you not aware of that part of the Assassin? Is that
no, because it's all one sentence. If another player flips their king, you may reveal this card from your hand to prevent their king's power and cause them to lose. It's one sentence. I can comprehend the one sentence.
Oh my god.
It's literally just where the period is. From there on, for whatever reason, this immune to king's hand. Do you remember how long it took me to learn that?
Oh my god. They really all have like. Oh my god.
It's all like a
comma. Wait, hold on. Here we go. You understood this one, though.
If correct, you may play a card to each end. Okay, yeah, because that's like literally the whole effect.
So what's this?
No. Because, like, a card that just says, say a card, and your opponent says yes or no. That's not a card, right? Like, that's like a very sad effect. Right, that's like an elder. That is an elder-esque card.
Wait, so does
in terms
flip,
of like?
So does Master Tactician? The only thing you know it does flip to disgrace the card on the throne. That's all you know.
Yes, because it's a king. Yes. Actually, correction. The only thing I know of Master Tag is place a card from your hand face down next to your successor as the squire. That's the only thing I remember.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyways,
and unironically, if I have to like go and recommission a card, I have to read the card to see what it does.
So Ad Astra makes a wicked sick play of
yes,
getting rid of exile, which then pretty much makes me auto lose. Oh, he says the number 7.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which didn't make a difference.
Not particularly, just because he had the right hand for it, right?
Yeah. Just want to remind you, this is how this hand started.
Yes. It was a disgusting hand for you, all yellow and orange and, I guess, brown.
The lowest card I had was 1/6.
Yes. And then you had all the 7s and 8 and both 9s.
Alright, moving on.
Bravo. That's kind of like the fun part about Imposter Kings, though, too, right? It's like you make like one wrong step, or your opponent like calls you on like one thing, and your entire plan falls apart. How many times did I inquisite the first thing in the round against you, and it was like it was scripted that whatever card I said was the face down burn, right?
To be fair,
and it ruined everything.
I don't think that I made a how do I word this? I don't think I made a single error in that hand. I just made a lot.
Can I I'm gonna throw it out there and say I think you putting the king's hand down was the error.
Nah.
Yeah.
I think it was the, honestly, if I didn't go mass tack, I would have won. Oh, just kidding, because he hit the 7s. So, whatever. But, anyways, it's neither here nor there.
I digress.
Alright.
So this hand, okay, so this is at least off of a color palette perspective, right? Starting to look a little bit more like even. You have both 8s though. That's kind of spooky. He has 2 7s. That's kind of like not a counter, right? 7s don't necessarily beat 8s.
You know this is my hand, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. You said you have 2 8s.
I could have sworn I said he has 2 8s.
No, you said you have 2 8s. Check the VOD.
Okay. Check the VOD. Check the VOD. It's okay. 2 8s are located in one of the hands.
Okay.
So Elder face up. I guess it's a little nice for him to know, right? Because he now knows that you don't have the other Elder. You can strongly insinuate that he has the Elder as well, though, so it's not like a big thing.
I don't mind this hand. Oh, and I get to decide, so I make him go first. I actually feel like I have a good. Oh, what was it?
He goes first.
I think I was like very certain. Because
I really don't mind going first here, especially because like I feel like a lot of the times there's like kind of 2 ways in my head, right, to play judge. You either lead with it to kind of confirm something before you try to inquis it. Which or you do something similar with like the battery, right? The 5/5 battery. So having the soldier on your side really does help with that. Also, if you get it correct, you have the opportunity to flip something to activate the mystic, which is I think really nice. You have the soldier because now he also has the fool. So you can kind of like play around with that, you know what I mean?
So what are you like?
Actually,
how would you like if you had my hand? How would you start this? Like,
I think given the fact that he has fool, I kind of like going second. I typically like going second anyways, just because card advantage to me, or I should say like, card advantage effectively is like just so powerful. The big question when I see this hand is how am I getting past the 8s, right? And you've got 2 Oathbounds. You have I'm not gonna say free, but you have a safe flip. You have the Zealot after you flip, so you have like a lot of tools to work around the fact that he has the block of 8s. You're not worried about something like Warden or something like that. I think going second here is pretty strong. It gives him the chance to do that judge play. You have one of the perfect responses to it in terms of the 5, but then also since you have both Oathbounds, obviously you might put like one down, you might toss one, but you also have those as like okay, I want to save my soldiers so that way I can flip something that's higher value so he can't grab good things with the fool.
Are you pulling anything from your army?
This I could, and maybe this is me just thinking a little too hard because you're asking me this question. I could see this being a hand where Locksmith is good. And toss the assassin.
So yeah, we both went charismatic leader, and my game plan here is toss the assassin, possibly pick it up later. So what I really liked about this hand is that because like here's the trick is that I have to get Locksmith into my hand and then play it.
Yes.
And so I kind of risk not getting Assassin into my hand in time. But I'm okay with this because I still have Princess and I can still just trade it away if he flips.
Yeah.
And then I don't care if he has it because I've already flipped it in order to even get it in my hand.
I do think there's a very real possibility here too, that he doesn't go for like the Inquisit play on the assassin, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I see that I have both eights and I recognize I can really kind of use my king's hand for its full utility, I don't need it for the value because I have the other eight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of like the thing that you're worried about. I start looking at, okay, what can I king's hand here? And in your hand, he can king's hand effectively, like, he's thinking three things, right? Maybe four, because the Inquisitor. But the three things are going to be Princess, Mystic, Assassin.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that you didn't put Assassin face down. I think that's actually kind of one of the upsides of running Charismatic here, is you're kind of like almost flaunting it, like, hey, look, there's an Oathbound
Hey,
here.
look, if you
I
ask
wonder if I
for
have a second one.
assassin, you know I won't have it.
Yeah, right? Um, and like it sounds, the way that we're talking, right? It sounds like a really clear and obvious bait, but I think in his spot it can be really hard to remember. Wait, he can use charismatic to pick up his lock shift to pick up the assassin that he might have thrown away to then assassin. Like that's kind of like a very removed play,
It's a
especially because
pretty
people
deep
don't play with the
hole.
locksmith that much.
Just suddenly
Like,
like, yeah, and that's if I even decide to pull a locksmith. So,
well,
and that's
but
if
most people don't even pick it.
so.
Like,
And then
go
it's
ahead.
like I could flip the king and just pull my stranger. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Now the question is, what are you gonna use stranger on, right? And maybe
Just
that's the
fold
kind
it.
of the play. If it's like, oh, well, he inquisited my zealot,
Hmm.
right? And I needed the zealot. Okay, well, I can, instead of using the Oathbound, I can save the card value since I'm going second anyways, right?
Hmm.
And I can say, okay, I'm going to grab the stranger and use it on the zealot on his sentry.
How do you feel about this? I hit soldier and I just disgraced them both. I feel like
I
there's
don't
never a reason not to do this.
mind it.
Like from my point of
I,
view,
I
these cards never like become part of my hand again.
yeah. To what degree do they become part of his hand ever again? I think flipping. I mean, I guess the thing here, right, is like it's never the wrong play too, because he's already solidified his next play, so the number
Oof.
value does not matter. The only thing that really matters here is that you get something flipped over for Mystic.
Hmm.
What outside of that, I don't really see a situation where he's trying to sentry to
Oh
pick
well,
up like the
also
soldier.
warden. I mean,
Yes, but in this spot, you know that you don't have an elder. He's not gonna pick up another elder.
maybe.
Because that was one of the things I had thought about, was like, oh yeah, definitely, like, you want to make sure that Warden stays offline that like one turn longer or whatever. But like in this situation, that nobody wants that burn card. Okay, so you play Mystic and you say 8, and he King's hands that. That's interesting to me.
I don't think that like the way that you look at Mystic Eights is popular yet. I think it will be at some point.
Well, he's also not particularly in the right spot for it either, right? I think it's a much more like safe thing when
Yeah,
you're going second.
yeah, it is. No, it definitely is.
So I don't mind this, especially because like he's kind of looking, right, and he's like, that's like one of his higher cards. I'm gonna play, like, if he were to play the 7, you'd have no problem playing an 8 on it, right? So
Yeah,
like the number value side of it doesn't really matter too much. He
yeah.
has another 8. He has a 7 to play on your 7, assuming it stays a 7. Um, and I mean, let's stop and think from his perspective here, right? What else does he have in his army? Like he went charismatic and put down immortal for a reason, right?
Because he doesn't
I'm
want it.
looking at that conspiracist.
Oh, I honestly thought he put this down because he's like, I just don't want it.
He probably doesn't. But not only does he not want it, he, it's also unlocking the entirety of his army, right? So
Yeah, that's
he
true.
can conspiracist. He can turn around and just be like, I need this oathbound to oathbound fool, right? Like it kind of sinks in both ways where it's like he had no use for that card in his hand.
Yeah. I think I was
But he
thinking that
did
he was
have,
going to try
in
and pull an
theory, use for
Oathbound.
an elder.
Ugh.
Um,
Pull his queen. And I flip.
you flip, you pull locksmith. So now I guess the question here is, right, from his perspective, if we look at your army, what did you pull? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, my fool is stranded, but that also means that his stranger is stranded.
Mm-hmm.
He left an oathbound on the field. I think that probably means he didn't leave the oathbound on the field to grab the other oathbound.
I would do that though.
It'd be funny, but I don't think it would actually be. I think the vast majority of the time it would not be a good play,
That's like a late
especially in this
game.
spot because, well,
That's
especially in this spot where there's no inquisitors in the game anymore,
yeah.
right? It's one thing to like do that and fake somebody out and make them think, oh, he only has one oathbound. I can inquisit an oathbound here, and he doesn't
Yeah.
have any more.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. It's 7.
Yep, it's just a good card.
Good card.
7's a good number. So here, is this where you see? This is a really awesome spot, right? This is like the perfect spot for locksmith. Where it's like, okay, I have flipped. You have seen like clearly you weren't worried about assassin because you
Yeah.
didn't say king's hand for it. You didn't really try to inquisit for it. You weren't worried about that. He had the read that it was out of the game in some way, shape, or form, and now you're like, no. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember like the second sentence on this card, so it's very difficult for me.
Uh huh.
You have to show him it is that you show the cards and then take them to your hand, correct?
I get to see his card, but he does not get to see mine. So
That is interesting.
you may make
You
all
may
other
look at
players.
all of them, reveal their dungeon card. Now, this is interesting because it's not worded reveal their dungeon card to you.
No, it does not.
It's just reveal the card.
Yep.
So it's interesting to me that you get to see his, but he does not get to see yours.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, that's
I
a good
think
thing to
Lock Shift
remember.
is kind of underrated. Definitely more niche and harder to play. Um,
I'm gonna say that every signature card outside of Stranger, maybe Flag Bearer, Conspiracist, and Aegis, maybe Exile. If it's not one of those 5 signature cards, I don't think it sees really any play right now. And I think that by the end of this like little, I don't know what you want to
Circuit.
call it, but like this little like um tournament kind of thing that we have
Circuit.
going on. Yeah, the circuit, duh. By the time that we start to like finalize that,
My
it'll be very
brand.
interesting to see if the meta solidifies more and it gets down more to the everyone's picking Stranger Aegis Conspiracist,
I just want
which
to
I
point
think right
out.
now is definitely at least at the higher level, like and by high level I mean like group 1, that's definitely like that meta,
Listen,
right?
I just want to point out
Um
that we are at slide 104 of 260.
yeah.
All right, moving along.
Part 2 coming to you. Okay, we can speed up a little bit.
uh,
Okay, so first thing that I see from your hand, okay, I got double eight, cool. I got 2 7s, Oathbound's out, cool, cool, coolio. No royalty, but I have an elder for it. I don't have an Oathbound of my own.
I am so scared.
That's kind of fair. Now here's the thing, right? You don't know it, but the other Inquisitor, right? And that's kind of why you're scared.
That's why I'm scared.
I think. Yeah. And now this is the upside, right? He already pulled Inquisitor out of his army, so you know he can't get it from there.
Yeah.
Um, and you have Assassin, which means that you can protect things, right? It'd be a different story if you had Fool and he had Assassin, where it's like, okay, well, I have this elder and I can't hide it because if I hide it, I can't win. Um, you do have a really nice warden play, right?
Mhm.
You're probably tossing one of the fives here. What I would be doing here, can I see your army and what you have in it again?
I just recommissioned Lock Shift.
Okay. What I see here, is there another play with assassin and either lock shift or um? I don't think there's really a play for um the stranger as much because he has the queen.
Mhm.
Um, so I think you kind of just like bare bones this. I don't think you necessarily have to take anything.
I did.
Probably will. Yep.
I mean, I took an Oathbound. My fear was not only Inquisitor, but also Mystic. The Mystic's threes, I just lose.
Yeah, and he's in a spot where he knows that you can only have up to one, right?
Mhm.
He knows that where both the Oathbounds are in theory, so this is a really good play.
And he
Um,
knows that this is not.
yeah, he knows that that's out. In theory, you could play like, um, you could play a stranger, right? If he already had an Oathbound on the field, and then he played Princess, and then you strangered the Oathbound for a Prince. Like, there's some shenanigans there, but I think this is broadly safer.
Yeah.
He pulls Conspiracist with Charismatic King putting Immortal face up again. Makes sense again, right? Same thing as last time. He's never going to use it.
Mhm.
Stuff like that.
I
I
just lost him.
agree with you tossing one soldier. I'm shocked that you tossed a soldier and got rid of the other one in your recruitment process.
Why?
I just I like to have a five. Maybe that's just like a personal bias. Maybe that
Aw.
sounds silly, but like I like having a five. Now, granted, you're in the spot where it's like, look, he plays a soldier. I'm flipping on it so he can't play fool, right?
Mhm.
But you're also in a spot where you're like, this hand's kind of spooky. I might need to flip on specific things.
Mhm.
There's the soldier. When he calls for assassin, nothing happened. You play sentry, okay. This forces him to either flip, which I'm shocked he didn't flip. I feel like
Really?
the proper play.
But
Yeah,
he.
I. It's
No. I think that's fine.
what?
I could have
Why?
Assassin in my hand.
No, you can't. He just
Or.
judged
Oh, no.
assassin.
Yeah, he just judged it. Never mind.
I feel like that's typically a flip for me right there. You gave him like when I see that I'm like he's either playing me or he just messed up and gave me value for my flip when I know he doesn't have assassin. Especially after the play that you just pulled off last round where he waited very long to flip, right?
Yeah.
And then you pulled out lock shift and pulled the assassin back into your hand. So I'm just kind of shocked that he actually played a royalty on this. Does he with no ability? So you have a 9 to play on. That pretty much means that you're playing an elder here, right?
Yeah. Pretty much. Uh, this is on. This is on PC, Lana. Anyways. Um. Yeah. I just played an Elder.
So he does that here. Oh, okay, he just drops the 7. I was gonna say I'm kind of looking at like a 6 here, but then that gives you the flip that you're looking for.
Mhm.
Obviously, he doesn't necessarily know that, but like, um, I would definitely be worried here about the warlord for sure. Now he has Oathbound Fool, right? So you play warlord, he Oathbounds Fool back, Fool backs the princess. Ah, Oathbound Fools back the princess.
Mhm.
So like that is a very strong line for sure, but it's also how do I say like a very taut rope if that makes sense. Like If it works, it's gonna work super well. If it doesn't work, it's gonna snap. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Um.
So you're looking at Mystic. Do you? I don't think you ever pull the Oathbound here. I think you just play a 7, personally.
Because my concern was like Oathbound Fool.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, if you just play the 7. But even then, so what are you doing here?
I think I
Are
ended
you
up
flipping?
flipping. Yeah. Oh no, played
You
with
played the
ability.
7, yeah. And so, yeah, it can be scary here because you can definitely just Oathbound Fool back that princess, right? And then your 7's an actual 7 again. He flips. What?
I don't remember why. I don't remember why he did this. Um.
Oh, you also we didn't address that you took the Oathbound.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. So he
I.
might have flipped then because he felt a little bit safer, that knowing that you didn't have. Well, no, he doesn't know that you don't have the second Inquisitor. That's the thing, right?
Uh.
In fact, I think the assumption here is kind of that you're grabbing at the Oathbound because you need an Oathbound because you have 2 Inquisitors.
Then he pulls an Oathbound.
Jesus.
There's
It's
there
a
are
6 kind of game, you know what I'm saying?
there are
that's
four
that's
Oathbounds in
crazy.
this game, and none of them have been played yet.
That's insane.
So I played Oathbound.
There's the first one. Oh, there's another 6.
I got him.
But it's yeah,
I'm a
you
flip my
get that.
king. Recall Elder, Rally Stranger. I recalled Elder because I
And
can't
then rallied.
recall Exile. And that was to uh, once again it's because I thought he had the Inquisitor. So I'm like, all
Hmm.
right, if he thinks that I'm pulling the Elder, then maybe then
Maybe he
he
goes to
won't
Inquisitor the
just
Elder.
pull the Oathbound. He'll think,
Yeah.
oh, he has now an Oathbound and an Elder.
Yeah. Which really, I think, in that spot. Interesting. What
Do
just
you agree
happened?
with
I'm
this?
sorry. He fooled you, King's Hand. I think I do. Cause like, yeah, you could see it as like, oh, an 8 for a 1. No, this is an 8 for a 9, and card advantage.
That's how I saw it. I think this is actually my losing play.
Really? Okay.
Um,
Because let's say he picks up the
well,
princess
you'll
here,
see in
right?
a sec. So he plays Oathbound, the Warlord, and then it's a 1 point game.
Wait. Can you go back? Don't you scroll through that?
All right. So
So,
here we are.
so
I've
he,
just King's Handed.
yeah, he plays one of his 4 Oathbounds. Um, and then and then you play. Yeah, he has the 9 for it, so he doesn't really care.
So I only
Okay.
lost by 1 point.
So now you're saying if you didn't King's Hand the Fool,
Yes,
I
because
can't imagine that going
he doesn't
any better for
actually
you.
he doesn't get um he does not get um how do I s- he does not get card advantage here because he
What do you
plays
mean?
fool and picks up princess, and then I play stranger on the fool, copy the fool, and then I could pick up the elder. So I'd have an 8,
Yeah,
a 7, a 6, and an elder, and he would have 2 9s and 2 6s. which he
I
can't.
think it's still good for him though, because he knows that you have an Oathbound, right? Like this kind of gets into the nitty gritty here. Yeah, he doesn't gain card advantage, but he gains a better card than you do.
Um, he does. Well, he doesn't.
He he also takes off the threat of Warlord, at least for now, right? And he
Which my
can, so
elder
he
would
knows that you have,
reactivate.
yes, well, he knows that you have an Oathbound, right?
He
So
doesn't
like,
know that for sure.
no, he knows that you have.
No.
Oh no, because you technically played the one that was
Yeah.
the base version already. That's fair. But if you look at your army, like what did you rally, right? You couldn't have rallied the you could not have rallied the elder. Now it's possible that you rallied the elder for the
It could
second
have
time,
been
so you have
possible that I rallied the elder.
not at the start of the game.
Not at the start. But I could have
So I guess it is possible that
I
you
could
had
have Elder
rallied
Stranger.
stranger and then later rallied the elder.
Yeah.
Um, but like I don't know, man. Like let's just like mentally
Oh
play
wait,
this
no,
out,
no,
right? So
he
you
does
play
know. He
that.
does know because I flipped on a 6 and I had to show him the Oathbound. So he does know.
Okay, yeah, there you go. So he knows that you have an oathbound, right? Which means um i- there's always the possibility that you can just go to dump your hand and oathbound out the elder, right? But like if he plays a royalty, at least one of them, the elder kind of has to go on it.
Say that again?
And so if he takes back the royalty and then later plays it, the elder kind of has to go on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
He has two sixes in his hand.
Mm-hmm. I would have
I
well, I mean
guess
I'd have
yeah.
an
The thing is
8,
that he
a
doesn't
7.
necessarily have the pressure for it. So let's say that he picks up the princess, you play the stranger as the fool and pick up the elder.
Mm-hmm.
He has double royalty, double oathbound. You have king's hand, warlord, elder, oathbound, right?
And it's
His
his
next play,
turn.
honestly, yeah. Did he go first here?
He did.
Why do I feel I could have sworn that he went second. It's just my bias, I think.
Huh.
Like I don't typically choose to go first unless I'm like really in a bad spot if I don't. um okay, so he plays an Oathbound. You probably play an Oathbound on that.
No.
He plays another Oathbound on that.
No, 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 no. Because then I
What?
run out because he has two
Yeah, so okay, so what do you so do you play the 8?
I would play the Warlord.
Okay, so that's 7, right?
Hmm.
He plays a 9.
I play an Elder.
Okay. He plays a 6.
I didn't play an Elder. I played an Oathbound.
Okay, so you Oathbound in King's Hand.
All right,
He
we're
plays
moving
a
on.
6. Yeah, that was still the better play. You're welcome. I'm right.
Yeah, this was a fun looking hand.
What
Although
the? Holy green. Oh,
neither
that's
of
always
us.
so like having that face down is always so wild. Because it's never a read that you can like safely make, right?
I just want to point out he has 3 cards in his army. I have 2.
Yes.
I don't think this hand was too exciting. Oh, he did pull his. Oh, I think.
Exhausted elder, discarded, recruits a stranger. So this is interesting. He recruits a stranger. You don't have. You have one answer to assassin. So he's not planning on using stranger on assassin unless he's planning on like oath bounding out assassin. Um, He knows that you can only have at max one elder, right?
Yes.
I'm
But he also thinks I have a 9.
I'm a, yeah, but I'm just confused as to what this stranger's supposed to do. Like in a hand this even, I don't feel like stranger has a home. I feel like stranger is meant to either like give a sneaky kill shot or to fill a like I see stranger as like faceless manipulator from Hearthstone, right? It's meant to either
That
fill the
means
gap.
nothing to me. Yeah,
Really?
I don't know.
You don't remember faceless manipulator? The five mana 3/3? Okay, we're not talking about a different game right now. Okay, it just copies, right? So I
Okay.
see stranger as either a sneaky kill shot with assassin or it fills a gap in your hand. But when you have even hands like this, I don't feel like stranger really has a home.
Um,
And calling it even, it honestly is like overplaying your hand here, right? You got 3 5s and 2 6s.
and 2 8s.
That's fair, but he's got triple or he's got double 7. He doesn't know he has the second royalty. That's the thing, right? But he has the 8 as well to combat your 8. So like he has an unbroken 6 to royalty chain.
Oh, I remember.
How did you
Okay.
get?
Huh?
Oh,
So
you
I think
recommissioned.
we had a little mini
Like
game
the
here of
mini game. Ooh, I like mini games.
yeah, of what card uh what card is
Oh,
Ad Astra gonna have to flip on?
are you asking me with perfect information, or are you saying?
Well, for me, so from my point of view, initially I thought he's gonna try to like play on the wart because he. So if we go back, so before I got my exile, he had um he went for master tactician. For some reason in my head, I was like, he's looking for the 8.
Okay,
Or like he's looking for the 7. Sorry.
okay. I was gonna say
Um,
eight's pretty daring, but okay.
so then I pull another 8, so that way he's more likely to put his 8 face down. He did not. Did not.
Well, he doesn't know that you pulled an 8, right?
That's the only thing left in my army.
Okay.
Let's see, find his assassin. I don't know. It's just a soldier.
It's all pretty standard
And
so
then I
far.
fake the warden play. At this
Hmm.
point, he's probably like, ah, shucks.
Yeah, I'll just flip on it. It's fine.
Dude, how bad would
What
he have
else am I
felt
gonna
if
flip?
he put queen faced?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that. Not gonna lie, it'd be pretty funny though.
And then I play the warden. And then I got rid of the 8. Because I was like, aha! You're not going to
Got rid
have
of your
an 8
signature
to
card,
flip on. Aha! And he flipped on the 7.
and then it flips on your 7. Yep. And he recalled and rallied Oathbound.
Okay, so
Jesus.
um,
You flip your king on
I flip because
his
I just
flip.
have to. If I don't, I lose. Because if
What do you mean?
I, well, if I don't flip now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is juicy, right? So juicy right
Mm-hmm.
here. But it's a
Mm-hmm.
trap. Because I play the 1 and I pick up the warlord, and then he plays the mystic, and mystic's 8s. I'm like, oh shucks. So yeah, it's a juicy trap, but I didn't fall for it. I just flip my king.
Okay, that makes sense.
Uh,
Oathbound missed it. Oathbound Fool.
Pull back an Oathbound.
You picked up the Oathbound. Okay, yeah. Why does this game feel like it has like 4 billion Oathbounds in it?
I don't know.
Also, where'd all of your cards go? It's just because he's strangered, the fool.
Yeah. It does look like he has a lot more than me, huh?
Yeah, he's got, especially right here, after you play. Yeah, 3 cards, he's got 4.
He's got 25.
And then he plays, well, no, but then he plays a stranger on the fool, right? You use a card
because
here.
he gets a free fool, and I got one that
Yeah,
costs Oathbound. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So, like, right here is where I saw it, where I was like, huh, this doesn't look right.
Okay, I got lucky here.
And then this is when you just Oathbound Elder here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a way that he knows that you have Oathbound? No, you picked up the Oathbound. It's just kind of a flat misplay on his part, right?
No, he thinks that this is Princess.
I think you still play the Oathbound. I don't think there's ever a point in time here where the Oathbound is the wrong play. I think it's always the right play here. Because if he plays Princess, you just play Queen. Or if you play Princess, he plays Queen. And then what?
And then what?
He wins. He wins anyways, right? There's just no downside to playing Oathbound here. And this kind of goes back to like one of those like deeper, I want to say like deeper truths, but that sounds like makes me sound a little too much like
I was waiting for it.
Like it's like one of those like deeper facts about Imposter Kings, right? Where it's broadly, unless you can like card for card chart out the exact play, it's broadly better to just play slow. Make them use their resources on your lower impact, not impact, but lower value cards. Like as in literal base value, not
Grind
like
them down
Oathbound's like a low value card.
to a fine pace.
Yeah, basically.
I didn't like this hand either.
You did not like this hand? I mean, I see a lot of blue and green, so I don't blame you. I do. It's one of the things I do really like about this game. Is just like the ability to look at the color of your hand and be like, huh.
And be like, ooh, or
Yeah.
I have no army cards.
Another gnarly face down burn.
But neither he has a judge. Yeah. Like really?
And it's his. Will go 1 point, so it's your choice. Do I? Oh my gosh, this is disgusting hand. Oh, I feel dirty. And not in a good way. Like you don't have fool or assassin.
Oh.
You don't have any way to counter assassin.
Uh-huh.
You don't have any like really good starting off play. But if you give him first turn, you're giving him first turn with double Inquisitor, or at least like it's kind of thought probably double Inquisitor. Like this is disgusting. You don't even have a mortal plus warlord.
Shall we?
You've double elder. You decided that he will go first. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, it's a hand that you just kind of have. Like, I feel like this is one of those hands where it's like you just play it the very standard way, right? Like, you kind of have to put Zealot face down. You're probably tossing an Elder. Or, because you could always toss a Soldier and keep both Elders. Why did you do that? Huh? Okay, wait, no, time out. Before you do, I need you to explain. America, explain.
America, explain. No, I just think he's
Why?
gonna. I feel like Princess is the most valuable card I could have in my hand.
I agree.
And so I feel like that's the thing that he's going to Inquisit.
Okay. And
so I can get him to miss an Inquisit and then Sentry the Inquisitor back.
that's definitely interesting. You have the Elder to react to his, but I guess then at that point, the Queen will have already flipped the Inquisitor, so you can't use the Sentry to get the Inquisitor back. That's also very susceptible to King's Hand.
Sure, but then I'm trading an 8 for an 8.
Yeah, you're trading an 8 for an 8, but your Queen is stranded, or your Princess is stranded.
Okay.
Completely.
I was like, this is my only chance. I don't have any
No,
other options here.
I'm not saying like you are morally bad because of this, Noah. I'm just saying to me it doesn't make sense. Like I get where you're coming from, but in the end, given your hand, you don't really have the choice. In me saying this, obviously, before watching the hand and watching you probably fucking 3-point it somehow. Sorry, shouldn't have said that. 3-point it somehow. Like I don't, because to me, once you do this, right, you might as well have an elder there. Because I don't see a reality where you're getting to flip your king. But I suppose you also said that you were planning on trying to pick up his Inquisitor,
Yeah.
and it probably happened.
Not.
But he did that. Oh, so he knows the king's hand is at least face down, which doesn't make any sense, right? Soldier, so you confirmed that. Sorry. So you confirmed that he has the assassin. It says that you disgraced 0 cards, but the card is flipped, so I'm confused as to what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Why is the soldier face down?
Oh, because the Oathbound's on it.
Oh, I see. Okay. So that's interesting play. I guess it's just to activate it.
Bless you.
So your 8 is gone. This is a decent spot though, where like that 8 being gone, it matters. So you can't pick up the Inquisitor, I guess, right? But like outside of that, this 8 being an 8 and being a 3 is not that big a difference.
It's not.
Like yes, you can play the Inquisitor on it, I guess, but he's probably playing an Inquisitor before then. I don't mind this play because it does keep you from getting the fool.
Mm-hmm.
Because like what's really strong, like if you look at the way it's kind of set up, right? Like he wants to flip on a 7, you only have 1 7,
Mm-hmm.
but when you play that 7, you can pick up a fool.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, when he flips, you can just pick something up. Like given this circumstance, the warden very quickly turned into just choose a card and you get it.
Choose a card.
Choose a card. So he inquisits there.
So he made a mistake here. He miscounted. Sometimes forgetting that the warden counts itself.
Yes, that's fair. I feel like we've all done that at least a couple times.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty
he
easy
flips
to
here.
do.
He pulls a judge. You pull that, play that. You picked up the queen. Oh,
Do you think he
that's
should
kind of
have?
crazy.
Should he have just? I don't think it mattered.
No, because you have the 8. That's a 3, right?
Did I? Hold on. Did I misplay here?
There's not much that you can do, right?
Why did I?
Oh no, yeah,
Why didn't I
you
just
just play queen
play the queen here?
because you know the Oathbound's face up, right? Did you have the other one or did he? No, he already
Never
Oathbounded this
used
game.
it.
What's his army look like right now?
Oh,
He
he
has
has
that
one.
one. That's why.
Okay, I'm like, that's right. Okay, I'm looking at it, I'm like, that's pretty obvious that I shouldn't. Okay, it's because he recommissioned and I remember talking to him about it. Because I was like, I remember messaging him like, oh, I lost the 50-50. And guess what? It's a 2-point hand. Because my king wasn't
Because he
flipped.
never flipped. Yeah, he threw that pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like, don't be wrong. I'm not saying like
That's the master tactician for
obviously.
you.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. Because like if he just plays that with a regular king, I feel like he can 3 point and the game ends.
It does.
Instead, he lost it. It's a 5 point swing. You know what we call those, Noah? We call those election winners. Okay.
Felt a lot better about this hand.
I wonder why.
I
You know
still
the
can't pull on
Inquisitor's
me.
face up. You still have very empty army. They're all tired. They're all in the barracks.
They're so exhausted.
Such tired many. Wow. Okay. So things that I'm thinking about when I see this hand. Anytime I see double royalty and an assassin, I'm like, okay, how far away from am I from Exodia? Then you see that you have double Oathbound, you're like, wait a minute. And then you see you have an Elder, and you're like, wait a minute, right? But then you're like, oh yeah, stupid army.
What army?
The Oathbound.
The Oathbound.
That's the only army you need, dude. At least in this hand. Outside of that, outside of like literally everything that I just said, I would say the hands are actually relatively equal.
I'm not sure why he.
Like he master tax here.
I think he's
What's he
really
putting
trying
face
to get
down?
something back.
Well, what's he putting face down? He has to put down an 8 or 7 here. Like again, if this was like a spot, even this hand, I don't think if he had a mortal, I don't think it'd be that good to put it down because he actually finally has warlord, right? Um, I feel like it's not good. Right? So like what's he trying to flip on here? He's trying to flip on exactly the mystic. Which I guess in his brain he's also thinking, oh, he has Warden. I can try to flip on Warden, right? That's probably the real target. Um, who went first again? Sorry. He went first.
Yeah, he went first.
So this is
Then
a
Judge.
spot where maybe like Mystic Eights is still a bit uncomfortable, especially because you might need the King's Hand for Assassin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's a little spooky. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like you guys used the Kings way too much this game.
I think if he's going for
At
this
least from an
play, he
optimal
just needs to
perspective.
go balls to the wall, Inquisit, Mystic, and that's a lot easier to say here. But then it's like, if he hits it, then he gets his flip, and if he doesn't, then it was never gonna work.
Well, it's kind of the opposite here, right? Like if he does hit it, okay, I guess I can inquisit. But what am I inquisiting now? Because I don't know if he has assassin or not.
No, I'm saying like if he needs to if he's oh I mean
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm
yeah
agreeing with you.
okay
I'm saying like the fact that he's judging here is giving a lot of buffer for kind of no reason. I think, and maybe this isn't gonna start turning into a mind game, but like when somebody's fishing for a card like that here, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay, Mystic is definitely a strong card to check for because like he's got double eights maybe and stuff like that. It also could be that he has a 7 face down. He's a little deep if he doesn't flip on a 7.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's a very readable play.
Call for
You
six.
activate the mystics so that way yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like by judging, um, he gave you the opportunity to react,
Yeah.
which that's kind of like the purpose of inquisitors to make it to where they kind of can't react.
Yeah.
So does he actually pull? Oh, okay, so he says assassin. You don't have it. You play that. You mysticates. I feel like you do that every time here.
I Mystic threes.
Is that the right play?
Yes.
I think that's the right play. Yeah, because you're playing
Yes.
princess, and like, yeah, I think that's definitely the right play. The question is when you play princess here, are you handing him the elder, or are you giving him the chance to king's hand your
Oh
elder
no.
or your princess? He's doing that. You do that. He has to flip. You do that again. He loses. Yeah. Yeah, like you just had a lot of the like I'm gonna say you had an Exodia adjacent hand.
Yeah, I definitely
Um
saw the Exodia pattern. I was like, I just gotta
yeah.
get there.
Well, especially once like he tossed out his clearly only Inquisitor, right? Because the other one's face up. Like, okay, the only way he can react to Assassin now is King's Hand.
Well, and like, you know what
Um,
sucks? Is like, okay, so I say three here. Like,
mhm.
okay, as soon as he plays this, he has lost the game, right? Because
Is that true?
now Mystic can be played. Um, it can be played and used. So, um, I could win from here with an open hand, right?
Maybe.
Oh no, I could.
Yeah, like I've looked over this 483 times. I can't.
So
Um,
because okay,
I'm just trying to think. Is there a way out for him? And I'm not seeing it. I'm gonna be real with you. I think there might be like a fool play on
the
the Mystic.
most interesting thing he could do is King's Hand the Soldier.
That's painful. I don't necessarily disagree, obviously, but
Actually, so
that's a
I
spooky
couldn't win
call
this
to
with an
make.
open hand because he could just King's Hand the Soldier, and that would.
Yeah, it's just that's a scary play to make with closed hands, right?
Oh yeah. Like imagine he King's Hands here, and then I have to play something else. I have to play like a six.
You play an Oathbound, yeah. You play an Oathbound, and then he Inquisits the 7, and then flips on it. So now he's got Sentry, Fool, Elder, a 7, and then he Rally. You need to remind me of what Master Attack exactly does, because I don't know
It
that many sentences.
recalls and allows you to rally.
Then and then rallies. Um, at
So
that
he
point,
could
you're probably
recall
picking.
another elder. Um, he could recall any of these cards, any of the base cards, and then rally uh, either Oathbound or the other card that he recalled.
Yeah, and I guess the thing also that we didn't really touch on with your hand, right, and it kind of gets exposed here if he does manage to King's Hand this, is there's nothing in your hand that forces his hand, right?
Wait, what do
Both
you mean?
Inquisitors are out. Both Inquisitors are out.
Oh, in the sense that like Inquisitor is the only way to force
And like
something.
literally, I mean like literally forcing, yeah. Not like a pseudo forcing of like I play a 6 and you don't have a 6 so you have to play a 7. I mean like literally forcing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if he flips there, let's say that he rallies,
Where?
and at this point he has 2 elders in his hand, a warlord, a sentry. See, but the thing is, that's also terrifying, right?
Uh-huh.
Because he doesn't know if you have assassin in your hand. It's not really a play that he can make. Now, if he had played judge, then the sequence, and he had named assassin, and then the sequence transpired, it's very different. If he knows that you don't have assassin in your hand, this entire sequence. But the fact that he doesn't know where the assassin is,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty safe to assume it's in your hand. That means that he, even if he manages to pull the mystic, and it's not like you can't activate its ability,
Mm-hmm.
he still is at a significant risk of just losing on the spot.
Yeah.
So it's like it's one of those hands where it's like he can win by technicality, but like he needs to get the game theory side of the game down like perfectly, which is like incredibly difficult.
He set himself up to win. I think he made all the right
The
setup,
correct
and then he
reading.
just didn't. Um,
He basically just chose wrong, and what I mean by chose wrong is like he guessed wrong,
that's what choosing
right?
wrong means.
No, choosing wrong means like making a mistake too. I don't think there's a mistake here,
Oh, okay.
in particular.
So wait, what do you mean he guessed
Um,
wrong?
he guessed that you had assassin in your hand and you didn't.
Oh, I see.
At one point, literally, right? He inquisited for assassin.
Yeah. Well,
Now, at that point, I do think it was too late, but yeah.
it was a fun game. GG at Astra.
GG, Mr. Astra. Dr. Astra. I'm gonna make that a thing. Dr. Astra.
Dr. Astra. All right.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
We're
that
gonna
was
shove it
interesting.
off to YouTube, see if this works. I don't know.
Hopefully, yes.
It's gonna
Can
be
we
an hour and
bleep
a half long
where I messed
video.
up?
I'm sure the
It's
kid's gonna be.
fine.
He's just gonna be watching it while he's sitting on the toilet. Something like that. I don't know.
It's a long toilet sit.
Listen, sometimes you need a good toilet sit. All right.
Sometimes you're constipated, man. Sometimes it's just not coming out.
Okay. Listen, you need to stop projecting. Anyways,
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I
bye
plenty of
guys.
fiber
See you next
thing.
week.